Welcome back to the blood-stained halls of the Caves of Chaos. This has been for having 2 players. Y'all have gotten a shit ton accomplished. Like, let's take a look at our progress so far, shall we? Like, look at all this caves. You went into the dungeon and did things and killed monsters. Only one of you has died so far, and you accomplished like a mission. There was a quest that was completed. You killed one of the greater beasts of the dungeon.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you two.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah. Andrew and John are just holding us back.
Evidently.
Please, Andrew and John, don't listen to this before.
It's not at all true.
Stay with us next week.
Don't tell any of them. But yeah, I'm very proud of your efforts. And so, would you like to loot the corpses of these
Hell
fools?
yeah!
All right.
That's the whole point of making corpses.
Okay. So the various concubines of whatever genders kobolds have are all slain and carry only ceremonial knives, ceremonial weapons for defending the chieftain. The kobold chieftain himself has a battle axe. Wears a great heaving golden chain around his neck, just under his armor that you pull loose. A great golden chain with a gem on it.
1 second. Could we have access to the treasure sheet? Because I think John had it.
I don't know.
Let me check if he's got it on someone's.
It's one of his characters, I think, because there's no separate.
Has it listed, or...
Yeah. We could do the World of Warcraft thing and make a character sheet for inventory, but I think it's just...
there's nothing listed under treasure on chunk sheet. Do you want to check Hawthorne's?
Hawthorne's.
Maybe he's just keeping track of it somewhere else. I'll write this down on a piece of paper. So there's ceremonial daggers. I don't really care about those.
Yeah, the daggers are weaker than your own stuff. Yeah, they're crap.
I'm just
they're knives. You can't even throw them.
Yeah. There's that
There's his battle axe.
Great golden thing.
The big chain. Yeah. So the chain is his great treasure. It is valued at 1,200 pieces of gold. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like 200 XP a piece.
Yeah.
If you can make it home alive. See, now you're laden with souls, and I'm just gonna cheat it. I'm just gonna like knock you down. You're gonna fall off a cliff. You're gonna lag out. Somebody's gonna invade you. It's gonna be horrible.
We've got more treasure on the way back as well.
Yeah. Because there's some. I don't think there's a lot of treasure though to turn in other than this, but yeah, you got like 75 gold, 40 electrum, and 1 gem worth 100 that I have written down here.
So let's see.
What have we got off those monks that we killed on the way home?
Yes, you haven't.
Treasure though.
Yeah.
Because we've left that on the road.
Yeah, I think that's what I have written down here.
Luckily, the shadow hasn't been killed yet, because otherwise we'd just be
right. Yeah, you buried the treasure and then the person died.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so
so it's just
your torch.
There's the battle axe, the golden chain, and that's it, basically.
On him, yeah.
On him, okay.
Yeah.
I'm into like searching the room.
Okay, so you're gonna take a turn to search the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. Okay, so you take a turn to search the room.
And the like Chunk is going to, because other people can just search through piles of stuff. Chunk's gonna ring the walls.
Okay, sure. So there's nothing hidden here that you need to roll for. But if you take the whole party and all you do is just like tear apart the room, like you know, rip open pillows and throw cloth aside, you find sewn into the hem of one of the like. I was gonna say courtesans, but that makes them sound way fancier than they actually are. One of the concubines' like blankets, they look like they've been squirreling away gold. There's 50 gold pieces sewn into the hem of one of the blankets.
Nice.
The concubines themselves have again like a little like stash of gold. So there's another 13 gold found from the concubines. And there is a locked chest that you find under the throne of the chieftain.
I think we should get in there.
The shadow.
Yeah, you want to try to unlock this chest? Okay. Yeah. All right. So make your roll. You can take a 25% bonus to it because it's kind of a shitty chest.
Ooh. There were loads of times when it was actually important, but this is just treasure, and I want you to do it because I love
I mean, treasure is actually important.
Nice, you did it. All right.
It's
So
important than a lot of things.
yeah, so you take the turn. It takes you about 10 minutes to like, get in there with your lockpicks, and then click, pop the chest open. And in the chest you find another 203 copper, 61 silver, and 22 electrum.
What?
22 electrum?
Yeah,
Did
22
you put
electrum.
that amount in the chest? Why not like the actual rare stuff?
Because he's wearing the rest. His only other treasure is this mad bling that he had on.
So you just have like a gold coin in between like each finger, like a little ring.
Well, he didn't have any gold coins on him. He just had.
Yeah,
his
no,
name.
he's just wearing a great golden chain worth so
much. Yeah, such money.
Just actually has like a big G for gold
yeah,
sign.
yeah, totally.
Um,
Big golden K for kobold.
So we should also take his helmet.
Yes.
I mean, you can just take his
Why not
head.
just take his whole head?
His head with the helmet in it. You just pick the helmet up. Okay, somebody write down kobold head or kobold chieftain head. It weighs, I don't know, 3 pounds.
I feel like a chunk should be allowed to have that.
Yeah.
But if he's not interested, then Rolf will absolutely take it.
So how much does it weigh?
I give it to you in pounds, but that's not accurate. You measure it in
Yeah.
coins. It weighs as much as
How much does it weigh in coins?
I don't know. Let's say 30. I don't have a reference. Let me look at how weighty other things are.
Okay, because I've written down all
Small
of the...
severed head weighs about the same as a lantern, so we'll say 10. It weighs 10
Okay.
coins.
Okay, so should I add all of these things onto people's sheets for encumbrance reasons?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's put them all on people's sheets then.
If anyone needs sacks, I have 10 large sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
the
think it
chest, if you just put the chest in your backpack, because it's a small chest, it'll weigh 280, 286 coins worth. It's pretty heavy, but...
But Ingrid can carry that, right? Is it strength or
It
constitution?
has nothing to do with either of those things. It's just the total amount you carry.
Okay, well, we'll give Ingrid the chest.
Okay.
Small.
I'm just looking.
And that weight in coins is 286, correct?
Yeah. So if you're wearing metal armor and carrying treasure, your encounter stuff, your movement drops to 30, 10, 30. So Ingrid's is now.
So normal run in combat is 30, 10, 30?
Yeah, I've got it in there. Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
It's okay. I got it.
And so I'll put that treasure.
And the maximum amount anyone can carry and still like move before you do that thing where like you're one of the dinosaurs in Ark where you just walk in place. You can carry a maximum of 1,600 coins worth of stuff.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Where are you saying that?
So I've given Ingrid the chest. Obviously Chunk's gonna take the golden chain.
Okay.
So does that actually weigh?
No, it's heavy, but it would, yeah. It weighs 1,200 coins. You just fall over. The kobold wouldn't have been able to stand with it.
Right.
Let's say it weighs about as much as, let's find something that I think would be about as heavy.
Probably the same as his head. That would be a good bling to body mass ratio.
Yeah, I think about as much as like a shield weighs. Like we'll say 10. Let's make it a percentage. Call it 12. It weighs 12 coins.
Okay.
I'm failing miserably at finding out where this table is. So I can...
Oh, it's in the game handouts for movements and encumbrance.
I forgot there are handouts. Yeah, I've been just.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chunk has that. And then I guess Rolf, do you want to get you mixed up with your dad sometimes.
You remind me of your father, Rolf.
Rolf can.
want to
Shadow can carry about.
I feel like you would be into taking the head because you were pretty into.
Oh yeah, Rolf can have the head. Yeah.
So it weighs 10 coins. So just put that in your normal items thing and put the weight in. Rolf has that, and then I don't know. Feldrick is on mule, so Feldrick can carry some more stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like all of this. Okay. Oh yeah, and this is gone because it is, and this is gone too. Where's the other thing?
What are you looking at?
I'm just trying to get rid of the. He hadn't even written it down, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I was gonna take the daggers off because they're gone.
Right.
So let's see, and otherwise the coins just weigh what they weigh, right? So
Yeah.
if I just add it in the money and treasure section, it should automatically add that weight in coin.
It will, yeah.
Great. So
Yeah. If you want to not encumber extra people, both the Shadow and Rolf have a bunch of weight on them. Free.
Cool.
yeah, like I don't know if is adding
Shadow
63 to
take
Feldrick going to make a big difference. I mean,
Probably not.
it's kind of useless anyways. So I mean, you know,
If we're stuck moving at 10 with some of your people anyway.
Oh my god, I just found some amazing looking kobold miniatures. Oh my god.
The dead one.
Does anyone want the battle axe? Is it a good battle axe? Is it worth us taking?
It's a battle axe, but you're not gonna like sell it or anything.
Yeah, so
Look at that kobold.
unless anyone was like, I immediately wish to have a battle axe that I can use. I think
Yeah,
people are-
and battle axes we discussed earlier. Going last in the initiative order is almost never worth the extra potentially 2 damage.
Okay, so we're leaving the ceremonial daggers in the battle axe. Chunk has a great golden chain. Feldrick's carrying the 63 total gold pieces from the concubines and that sewn up hem. Ingrid's carrying the locked chest with all of those coins in it, and Rolf has the Kobold Chieftain's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. That was the treasure.
Let's leave. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go back to town.
Okay. All right.
Now is a good time to go back to town, I feel like.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And
there's just a giant dead kobold body in the room.
Yeah, that's so that you know where the kobold chieftain was slain.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've divvied up your loot, and you're gonna start heading back towards town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the plan.
So
I haven't transferred Gristle's stuff over to anybody, but none of it's particularly heavy, so I don't think it really matters.
Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah, except the armor, which I guess you've not.
But nobody can take her armor because she's small, so
it's true. All right. hang
her armor
on.
would only be of help to like Chunk, and Chunk already has the same quality of armor, so.
All right. Yeah, I'm just checking as you move carefully through the caves.
Yeah.
Just seeing how that goes for you.
The halfling still potentially died, so there is like maybe danger there, but I also have on display their chieftain's head, so that might be a deterrent.
Okay, so you need to mark off another torch, please.
Okay.
That's fine.
Let's see. Feldrick. 2 torches from Feldrick.
Okay, so you emerge here, and there's no sign of where the halflings went.
Who cares?
Who cares? Like those nerds.
Yeah,
It's like I'm more interested in getting back to town alive with our stuff than I am like figuring out where they are and what they're doing.
Okay, so you follow the winding tunnel. Don't look back. Don't stop to check out any more rooms. And there's there's signs of like the halfling's passage. Like there's some like blood stained on the wall. Like you see like a bloody like handprint at one point. But you don't see any sign of them particularly.
Like when they had that fight? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we sent them off down this way.
But you don't encounter any other creatures or anything. But by the time you reach the outset of the caves,
That's good.
You emerge late afternoon, sort of early evening, and it's starting to get dark. What do you want to do?
So we won't be able to make it all the way to our regular camping spot. Oh yeah, it's our sweet map.
Yes, your sweet map.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't really feel great about camping in this cave area, I would rather at least try to make it. And like we've camped in the forest before, it wasn't the best, but whatever. What do you think, Dave? I would rather like. I would like to attempt to try to like get partway into like the narrowed part of the forest and camp off.
There are things that will most definitely try and kill us at night if we stay here. There is the possibility.
Yeah.
Forest.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not that people aren't going to try to kill us in the forest. It's that people are definitely going to try to kill us if we.
Yeah, exactly.
So how far south do you want to go? How far along the road do you want to travel? Before you decide to stop and make camp. Night will fall in about 3 hours, so you'll like full darkness. So you'll be like a little like here, more or less.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we might as well just go in and like camp off to this side.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so place yourselves where you're at.
I think we're like. You said like here-ish? Is that what?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and you make camp.
Yeah.
So let me.
Do you still have the requisite people for watches?
I mean, we have enough people that it's possible to make watches.
Yeah, you can split split that into like 2, 2, and 2 if you do 3 watches throughout the night.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, all right. So the night passes uneventfully. Mark off rations.
Ooh, good.
And you get a sound night's sleep, haunted by the screams of kobold murder.
No, we're not. Don't be silly. We don't care.
I know, it's true. There's no haunting. It's true.
I don't think there's any one of us that's like injured.
Yeah, someone in chat pointed out you're camped right around where Bartleby died.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're haunted by the ghost of Bartleby. Ooh! You let me die.
Oh yeah, because we weren't attacked by wolves when we were on Campfire Hill. We were attacked by wolves the second night when we were camped in the forest. Yeah, but they know better now.
So I guess the question is, do you want to just force march it the next morning from here all the way to the, I mean, not straight, obviously, but here across?
If we can.
Or do you want to make it take another day out of it?
We need to go and get the treasure.
Yeah, we need to head down here.
It sounds like it'll be another day then, like here to here.
Yeah, because I think that in order to actually be able to like go and recover the treasure, it's not going to work very well with a force march.
Okay, all right. So you get there and you're walking along the road. It's night is starting to fall again. You've been on the road all day. It's starting to get colder out every day now, so like the days are getting shorter.
Wait, could we? Sorry, I don't know that we want to camp there.
Okay, so where do you want to camp?
Well, because the thing is that we could camp kind of at the hill.
And then go the next day and stop?
Because that's a full day from the...
Sure.
We can get back to the keep in, like, not a forced march day, but, like, just a regular day. Correct?
Yeah.
It just seems like that's a better camping spot.
Okay, so you just kind of, like, hang out at... I think you're only camping at Campfire Hill because you called it that. There's nothing... there's literally nothing about it that makes it a good place to camp. Literally nothing, except that you decided that and y'all are calling it Campfire Hill. It's just a hill.
We could camp by this...
spoopy face. Yeah.
Face in the spoopy forest. I don't know. What do you think? Is this shadow going to tell us about the, like... What do we know about this whole...
he told you that he found some treasure
and reburied it.
Yeah.
And so we know that there's treasure that we want to pick up on the way back into town.
Yeah, he'll remind you.
And there's nothing else that you've told us about it. I mean, that's all that knows.
It's not important where it came from. It's just free treasure.
Yeah, free treasure. Great. So Adam, you were saying that if we could do like a forced march there all in one day, but that...
Yes, but it'll be quite dark. And remember,
Yeah.
You might want to just split it into 3 days or do one long trip tomorrow with a pause.
Well, why don't we camp near where you think that you buried the treasure? Because we're probably going to need to spend some time actually looking for it. So...
Okay, so camp.
Why don't we march until you're like, it was somewhere around here, and then we'll make camp, and then we can start the next day by finding it.
Hopefully. Okay. Sure.
Is that for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. So we're marching over to near where.
Sure, where you...
All
right. And then the shadow, do you just go off on your own to find it?
I think we discussed that Chunk and Feldrick would come with me.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're going to wait until maybe the morning to look for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you set out in the morning. Let's see if you... let's see how your hiding went and whether it's still there, if anybody found it. So I'm going to roll... I'm just going to roll a die. Oops, that's a D0. Good job, Adam. Okay, yes. Yeah, the treasure remains where you left it.
Good.
And so, yeah, this is the treasure that contains, if you want to write it down, 74 gold.
Yeah. Yep.
40 electrum pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And 100 100 GP gem.
Worth for 5 seconds of murdering work.
What's that?
It was.
Yeah, it was worth the short amount of murders you had to do.
Definitely. Yeah.
A pencil hotel.
Just to make like it specific. We're not going to take them in the chests that the guys were carrying. We'll transfer the stuff over into sacks.
Okay. Sounds good. You just dump them in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 3 who went out to get it are the 3 who know about the murders. So.
Yeah, they're the chaos patrol.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Chaos Triad is going to go find this stuff, put it into sacks, and bring it back. Hopefully the gem isn't so recognizable that...
All right. So you make camp. The night is uneventful, and the next day you arrive at the keep, sort of that evening.
That's the plan.
So let's divvy up XP, and I'll give you your rewards.
And we are going to show up like bearing the head of the chieftain in its impressive looking.
The most swag walk we can do.
Okay, so Hillary, can you calculate? You've got treasure all sorted out, right?
I don't know what treasure we got from the kobolds we fought outside.
I don't think you did. I think it was just like a handful of silver.
Okay, because I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, it's fine. If it turns out that there was treasure or whatever from them, then we can figure it out later. But I'll start a list. Let me find a piece of paper here. I'll start a list of what you got. Okay, so you killed 1 kobold chieftain, 1 chief. You killed 3 elites. You killed like 5, 10, 15, 18 standard kobolds. Okay. Okay, and then you have gold value to sort out. So,
yeah. In
coins, how many gold coins do you have?
I'm just tallying all of that right now. Just give me a minute.
Oh, there you go. So, my brilliant co-GM logistics officer, Fake Alex Blue, has reminded me that searching through the belongings of the dead, the party scavenged 12 silver pieces.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, GG.
Okay, so let's start with gold. Just gold coins. How many GP do we have?
I'm tallying that right now for my various things I've written down.
Okay.
Because I started at the bottom with silver.
Sure.
That was my mistake. So let's see. Electrum, we had 40, 62, and then gold. And you just want to know about the coins?
Give me just gold coin value.
Let's see. Gold coin value?
Well, no, just how many gold coins do you have?
Yeah.
No, not that many, Dave. Not that many at all. That'd be a lot, though.
Yeah.
It's not a Final Fantasy
63
boss.
plus 74. 137?
163 and 74. 230. Oh, yeah. 63 and 74 is 137, yeah.
Okay, so I think we have 137 gold pieces.
Okay, how many silver do you have?
Do you want electrum?
Sure, that's fine too.
We have 62.
62 electrum, okay.
Yeah.
All right, how much silver?
And we have 73 silver.
Okay. How much copper?
203.
Okay. You have one 100 GP gem.
Yep.
And you have a 1200 GP necklace, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's convert all this shit to gold. So, silver. I always forget how it works. So it's silver is 10 to 1, right, for gold?
I don't know.
Let me find the page that the shit is on. I will search for the word electrum. Here we go. Okay, so 10 silver is 1 gold. So you have 7.3 gold. Okay. Electrum is 2 to 1, so you have 31 gold there. Copper is 100 to 1.
So we have 2.03.
Yeah, 2.03 gold. Okay, so let's get our calculators out and do the math. So for treasure, here we go. Here's the fun part. All right, so 137 gold plus 7.3 gold plus 31 gold plus 2.03 gold plus 100 for the gem plus 1200 for the necklace, for a total gold value of 1,477.3 to the infinitum, which we'll just round down. So unless I've previously ruled that we're going to round up, it's only 1 experience. I don't really care. Let's be benevolent. I'll round it up. This is it. I'm setting precedent. We're rounding up our ones. All right, so 1,478 plus you get another little bit for killing. Your murder points. So for murder points, you get. Let's see. Where's that table at?
So we have 1478 in treasure points.
Yeah, I'm calculating just experience for you, but that's the total value in gold of your treasure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easiest just to track in gold value if you, like, I assume you just deposit it all in the bank and the guy is like, this is how much gold you have in the bank.
Yeah. I just have a lot of things written on a sheet. I'm just crossing them out.
Sure.
Making sure that they are accounted for.
This damn table. I need to make a note. Remind me once I find this to like write down what page it's on.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the shadow. Remember, you get just you get points for the acolytes.
For killing them.
Yeah, for murdering them yourself. I found it. Okay, it's page B22.
Is what?
B22. Bingo. It's where the experience points value is. Okay.
Okay.
So the acolytes. Shadow, you get 30 experience for killing the acolytes. So just the shadow, nobody else. 30 experience. The kobolds are worth, let's see here, 18 times. Okay, so that's that. And then the elites are that much, and the chieftain is. Okay. All right. So total experience value based on who comes back is 1,663, and there are currently how many members of the party? 6.
6.
All right. Everybody gets 277 experience.
That's pretty good.
It's not nothing. All right. So between gold and yeah, between gold and experience for killing, yeah, you got a fair bit of XP.
So it's 277 each?
277, yep.
Or 307 if you're the shadow.
Yes, or 307 for the shadow. Good work.
Yeah.
Compilations, team.
Compilations.
So, what do you want to do now? Do you want to go visit the Castellan?
Yeah, I want to add this onto all the sheets and figure out keeping track of everything. I'll just hold on to this piece of paper. It's so legible.
I've got it in my notebook too.
Okay, great.
So
to.
Well, I mean, you don't have to keep track of anything, right? Like, you just take it all off the sheet.
Yeah.
And wherever we're keeping track of the mass sum that the characters have, we add 1478 to.
Yeah, I just don't know where we're keeping track of that.
Sure, we can ask John about that.
I think he was the one who had that.
Cool. As usual, you return like with a hero's welcome. The people.
We should all be at 408 except for
The shadow and
for the shadow. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And the shadow, you're like what, a third of the way to your next level?
I'm nearly half.
Nearly half. God damn it! It's only episode 4. Thieves OP. Not really though. So you return to the keep, and the Castellans, guard. I mean, you don't get like a parade or anything, but they like clap and cheer when you come back.
Do they kiss our rings?
No, you're not nobles. You're just rough hooligans that they're excited about. You know, they see you coming back splattered with kobold blood, carrying the head. Do you do anything with it? Like, who's got it right now? Chunk?
I think that it was. I think we were letting Rolf carry it. We were letting. Chunk is wearing the chain, like obvious.
For real.
Please, there was a giant gold chain. The dwarf put it on. But I think the plan was that Rolf was going to like heft the head up.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you come in and there's cheering and the banker is first to meet you. You know, comes rushing forward to like shake your hand and welcome you back to the keep.
Our friend, whose name I wrote down somewhere. Our friend
Tomas, I think.
No, Heinrich the banker.
Oh, yeah, Heinrich the
Tomas
banker.
Is the bailiff.
That's right.
My desk is just covered in like little these grid lines on them. Thanks, Ariel. Yeah, so I think Rolf is like holding the head up as we come in. Chunks up in front, welcoming.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's lots of like excited energy when you return. And the bailiff Tomas comes to meet you when you arrive, and he addresses you, Chunk, and he says, welcome back, brave adventurers. And he like looks at your trophy and he says, I see you've done as I asked. I recognize that head, that Sawtooth, leader of the kobolds, a mighty foe. And he like claps you on the shoulder. You've done well in besting him. And he looks at the group and he says, I see that it came at a price. Was that the shadow that was like, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chunk is like, yes, sometimes a mighty foe costs a terrible price, but sometimes not too terrible.
He says, we're familiar with the cost in blood that must be paid for living out here so far from civilization. It's a choice we've all made. And he looks at you and he says, and we're thankful for your blood and struggle. And I'm sure that the Castellan will wish to see you as soon as possible. If you retire at the inn, I'll go and let her know you've returned.
Okay.
Yes. We would be much honored to be received by someone as majestic.
Castellanly.
Yeah, so Castellanly.
Someone who owns a castle.
Yeah.
All right.
We will await, further instructions, greetings, whatever.
Excellent. Okay.
Chunk is like really charismatic, and I'm not very charismatic today.
It's fine.
I keep like saying a sentence and then like losing the words. I'm like, my vocabulary just giant holes in it right now. Cool. Brains are great. I love them.
So you go and is everybody gonna like stay at the inn?
Yeah, I'd like to make a small commission at the armor smith.
Okay. What would you like the armor smith to make you?
I will drop by one of my plate mail pauldrons and the head of the kobold chieftain, so that we can affix like the top half of the skull to it. Nice. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you learn from the ogres. You saw them and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good look. Fighting their style.
Yeah, Rolf Kobold Killer.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah, I've got to add that to
funny
his
because you actually killed like one really small kobold, but you know, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, he did cast the hold person that let you defeat all
True.
3 of them.
And honestly,
I mean, to be fair, God did all the work, but
yeah. Chunk is much more interested in like wearing this giant fucking necklace than like, that's cool. You want to carry a gross head around? I don't mind.
Yeah, you're all encouraged to make up cool titles for your characters, you know. So like,
Yeah, Rolf's totally added Bane of Kobolds to his.
nice. So what's his full name now?
So Rolf the Younger, twice blessed sign of the Holy Light, Bane of Kobolds, Smiter of Evil, and Beacon of Virtue. The Shadow is still the Shadow.
The Shadow. Maybe if he's really badass, he'll be the fucking Shadow. The goddamn Shadow.
Here, we got that. Let's just put it right in there.
Brilliant. Just jam it in there. All right.
Stick it back
So
up here on
everybody
my
pay a gold for your food and drink and night.
They don't want to just give it to us for free because we're heroes.
It's come on, it's the frontiers.
I'm just saying.
Innkeeper's gotta live too.
Innkeep's got to innkeep.
That's
Okay.
right. Keeper's gotta keep. And so the next morning.
Yeah, sure. We have what, like 6 less than.
Yeah, exactly.
1 billion that we had. Not 1 billion. The.
Yeah.
1478. So we have 1472 now.
So you're invited the next morning by a servant, a sort of page boy of the keep, who comes to you bearing tokens, like badges, like cloak pins, and they have on them a sort of silhouette of they're like lacquered little shields, and they're the silhouette of the keep rising up over the woods underneath in like a deep sort of indigo color, and then a silver hand on top of it. And the boy tells you that this is the sigil, the crest of Helena, the Castellan of this keep, and that so long as you wear it, you'll be given access to the inner bailey of the castle. Where you know only the true like allies of light and civilization are allowed to go, and you know he tells you, you know, he informs you this is a great honor to be blessed with this this right. So best be on your best behavior, and come with me. I'll show you the bailey. Like wants you to tag along.
I mean, okay, sure, as long as we've had breakfast.
Okay, yeah. For sure. This is after
breakfast is important.
Yeah, it's a very important meal.
I know Gristle's not here, but I think other people still understand that breakfast is important. Maybe they don't understand as deeply, but it's fine.
Yeah, but it's there. It's still real. Okay.
Or still like to eat.
Yeah.
Sacred.
So you're led into the inner bailey. So you go through these massive stone gates, like stone and wooden gates, and you pass through. And there's like you can see the like murder holes above you. You're going through this section here, in the middle, and then pass through another set into this massive, you know, open courtyard. You can see.
Could you say again where we came through? I was looking at the wrong.
Boop, right there.
Okay, great. Yep.
So you pass through here into the main area. So this is a grassy field, and you can see straight ahead of you the actual like the castle, the great keep itself, rising up ahead of you, and the area here you can see there are soldiers like drilling out in the field with halberds, like, practicing their.
It's just imagining like tick 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 tick.
They're drilling for halberds. Now the guardsmen are practicing their their drills here. And over here you can see that this area that runs alongside, these are stables. So there's a bunch of like large war horses being attended to there.
I'm not sure how he feels about that.
And then yeah, the keep fortress, a great stone keep that lies before you. In here, I think also, let me just double check. Yeah, there's some like buildings, some rooms within the keep, but you can mostly just see these massive towers adorned with ballistae from where they are. And so the kid tells you
what's his name?
His name is Robin.
Robin.
Robin the page. Robin tells you that the Castellan, the Castellan is busy with, castle matters. Yeah, but that her captain of the guard, Ludmilla, wishes to speak with you about your intent for the future.
Ludmilla?
Yeah, Ludmilla. She's the captain.
Captain of
Guard.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So Robin
I'm not
leads.
gonna be like, nah.
Yeah,
We're
fucking-
going back to the end. Sorry.
So,
Stone or nothing.
yeah, Robin leads you over to the field where the men are like training, and there's someone shouting at them. There's a woman. She's wearing plate armor, and she has a shield stuck in the ground at her side, and the shield is the big like mark of the Castellan.
Yeah.
And she has like a short cropped haircut, and like a long blue like half cape over her plate armor, and she's like shouting at the men. What's that?
Is she as tall as Ingrid?
Probably not. She's probably a little shorter than you. She's in her early 40s.
Yeah.
And she's got, as you get closer, you can see she's got like a mean like scar on her face.
Yeah. Hot.
And she turns and sees you, and she turns to her men and shouts like, "You're in charge, Sergeant. I want these men sweating from dawn till dusk. Get to it!" And like hammers their gauntlets together, and they start a jog around the thing, and they're all wearing plate armor too, and they're like,
Yeah. Just jogging.
just like, yeah. So she turns, and she sees you and kind of like looks at you, and she says, "So, you're the ones that killed Sawtooth," and kind of like gives you a steely gaze.
Yep.
Chunk nods and opens his arms kind of like this, which, he's wearing this giant kind of ostentatious large gold thing. He's not like, but, he's like, like, yes, we did. It was us. Kind of that sort of gesture.
She says, "Well, don't get cocky about it. You're not the first band of adventurers who've killed one of the chiefs. The Castellan thinks this is going to solve the problems, but these kobolds, they're filthy, insidious. There'll be more. Just you wait. They'll elect some other fool leader, and then he'll die. Do you know how many goblin heads I've seen adorn these walls? I've been here a very long time." She like folds her arms. There's like a creak and a clatter as her like armor folds over her breastplate. And she says, "You might think you're making a difference, but you're not." She like kind of sneers at you.
Wow. What a bitch.
Yeah.
No, wait. Hold on. Publicly, I would take this back. No gendered insults. That's something we're working on as a community. So she's just mean.
Mm-hmm.
What a jerk.
Yeah, she's just a shitty person.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's just kind of berating us, like,
I mean, she just said like, "Yeah, nice work, you chump. Good try."
dressing us down a little. Yeah. Ingrid's going to like pull her helmet off. I don't know if she would have already taken off by now, but I'm gonna pull her helmet off and be like,
Okay.
Yes, the caves are full of many dangerous and strange creatures. She's open with that. It's her opening.
Okay. Make a charisma check there, Ingrid. Or make a reaction roll, I guess.
Yeah.
No, is it as bad as the Dex? It can't be.
No, nothing's as bad as her
It
dad.
can't be.
No, she's got a 13 charisma.
Okay.
Okay.
She's fairly charismatic.
Yeah, she's not as charismatic as like.
Clumsy, but charismatic.
Yeah, she's charismatic and has like high constitution. Those are her good stats, and she's has intelligence. Just let me do the thing, and I don't get a bonus or minus, I assume.
Correct. You got an 8. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So she is.
I can never remember
Uncertain.
what things need to be high or low.
They're all over the place. It's fine. So
Yeah,
she's,
right?
she's
So I'm just
uncertain.
like,
So she.
I'm just gonna roll and see what happens, and not have any feeling about it because I don't know what it means.
Yeah, she just kind of like, yeah, gives you the like steely gaze and like looks you up and down, and you can see she's kind of recognizing the like, fellow warrior before her, and she says, yeah, she says to you, well, I hope you're different. I've seen enough foolhardy mercenaries travel those woods, not come back or come back wrong, broken. But maybe, she kind of like leans back and gives you a sort of discerning eye. Maybe this time, I won't hold out too much hope, but just a little. And kind of gives you like a look, and she has like a couple of like gold teeth, kind of in line with where her scar is.
Yeah. And Ingrid is like, I'll take that as high praise from you. Speaking of the woods, we've come across a few other groups of people traversing them. Have any made it? Have you heard tell of people passing through the keep?
Aye. There were some acolytes here some days ago, looking for some missing members of their troop. Shakes her head.
I nod and I'm like, yes, we saw them on our way. We encountered that group on our way back to the caves. Did they lose some members? And Ingrid has no idea that people have been killed, so she doesn't even have to hide anything because she has no idea.
Yeah. So she just shrugs. She says, "Hi, out in these parts, folk turn to all kinds of strange religion." And she kind of like gives a like glance at Rolf.
Yeah.
But it's none of my business. I don't ask. And if they try to tell me about it, well, I can turn my back easily enough. I don't truck with those sorts of people.
Yeah. And Ingrid nods like, that's very reasonable.
That's real.
Yeah. And Ingrid said something like, yes, religion is no shield against a sword. And then probably Rolf's just like bristling in the back, but whatever.
Yeah, Rolf probably pipes up and he's like, they don't require your faith to exist. They might be protecting you regardless.
And Ingrid just kind of shrugs again like, cool story, bro. That's cool. You got a god or whatever. Do your thing. Yeah, and so Ingrid's be like, but some members of that party made it back. I know that they'd split up attempting to carry their burdens back to the keep.
She says they came and went. As for their burdens, I cannot say.
Religious folk are a strange sort. It's hard to track their comings and goings, their preposterous motivations. Yeah. So Ingrid's just trying to like chat this person up basically and like be like, cool, you want to like, can we have some kind of friendly, rapport sort of thing?
Yeah, you're sort of starting to win her over.
Yeah.
You get the impression that she expects results, right? Before she's going to be like, oh, you're doing great. Like, this is a very good start. But if maybe you like walk the grounds with her and she tells you like, the Castellan, you get her impression the Castellan is like very focused on keeping the keep running and making sure people are safe, but doesn't really understand the world outside, and that's kind of her job.
Yeah.
The three of them, the captain, the curate, and the Castellan, the curate's name is Yorick. The three of them kind of run the keep and keep the area around safe. She just tells you like, you're not the only adventurers in this area. You come and go, but if you carry the badge of the Castellan, so you have some authority in the world. Like if you come across law-abiding folk, they should respect that sign. Most in this area know and respect it, and so you can, but it also might mark you as servants of the powers of law. So, beware if subterfuge
law in that it's like, because is it a law worshipping?
Well, it's like the Castellan is sworn to the forces of law.
Okay.
They're all about that in this keep.
Okay. And at some point, like Chunk's gonna like pipe up and mention that, like when Lidmilla said something about you're not the only adventurers, whatever. Chunk's gonna pipe up and be like, yes, in fact, we encountered some halflings in the caves. Do you know anything of them?
She shakes her head. No, I can't say I've seen halflings in some time. Mostly they keep to themselves. Tricky folk.
He nods. Yeah.
She says to you, she looks at your group and she's like, you had a halfling with you, didn't you?
He nods more slowly.
Such a shame, like, watching someone kick a baby.
I think the shadow
like nods like really slowly, kind of like narrows his eyes at her. He's like, is this something about short people? Because have you noticed? It's like, so yeah, he's just like nodding increasingly slowly and is like.
So as you're walking around having this conversation, the Shadow, looking at her gear, there's no question in your mind that her armor, shield, and sword are all magical. Like there's just they carry the like perfect craftsmanship of a magic item. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, Chunk and Ingrid are just gonna try to like not befriend. I think befriend is like out of.
You have
range,
to work on that. Yeah.
You know, like set up some kind of at least like genial rapport, and then start to ask like for her questions or input on like what she thinks is going on with the caves, what she thinks the dangers are, like if she's heard rumors.
Like, do they have a court enchanter or some other cool NPCs that we can spend money?
So she tells you that for a donation, the curate would be willing to personally bless you on your quest. She's seen it happen a few times with adventurers who have earned the favor of the Castellan, but like all adventurers, they left one day and never came back. That's why you never love an adventurer, because they'll leave you.
Yeah.
When she says bless, does she mean bless or just bless?
Who asks her that? Do you mean like say nice things, or do you mean like use magic?
Yeah, I guess Rolf like asks that. It's like she has the power to bestow the blessings of the gods in a more tangible way.
It's generally believed among the people of the keep that Yorick has the ears of the ear of the gods of law, and they listen when he prays, and that bands of adventurers who have undergone his blessing, they say they come back with more treasure and they have a better time of it. They lose less members, but that might just be superstition, and they just might be more confident. And she's not sold, but she tells you that pretty much like the general belief is that yes, if you can get Yorick, if you donate and Yorick blesses you himself, then you can take.
Yeah, and Feldrick's going to pipe up and say, "Well, technically, as far as I'm aware, it is possible to bestow, a magical or godly presence to an item, which would grant it, greater resistance to certain kinds of damage or threat." And so he's just going to kind of start going on about well, yes, I've heard it is technically possible to,
Rolf will stop him. He's like, no, we're talking about separate things. That's basic magic. The power of the gods is real, whether you believe it or not. You saw what I did back in that cave. I single-handedly incapacitated
You
all
single-handedly read a magical... You single-handedly read a magical spell off a scroll and cast it. Yes, I saw you do that.
It's true.
That's it. But
so,
you think you could do that?
Yes.
The favor of the gods?
Cool. I could read the magic spell off of it. So in the back, like Rolf and Feldrick are just like having a. What is magic really?
Yeah.
How does magic really work?
What even is a spell?
What is the ontological, But yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything in specific we want to get out of this. Can we talk to her about like what kind of donation are we talking here? Like, is this something we could actually do and get?
You'd have to. She doesn't know or care, but you could go talk to the curate.
Or is she willing to, like? Can she point us in the right direction or ask for an audience with him? Or
Yeah, the curate. If the curate's not actively out doing something, he is probably in the chapel, which is, if you look at the map, this building right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and so before we like take our leave of her, because it's clear that we're not going to be meeting Nick Castone. It seems clear at least.
Yeah.
Before we take our leave of Ludmilla, I just like Ingrid's going to thank her for her time, her hospitality, and showing us around, and ask if she's heard any further rumors or information about the caves. We've heard that the caves. There's rumors that the caves cause treachery amongst friends. We've heard about
roll a d20. Let's see what she knows.
Yeah. Ingrid's rolling it, or just me? I get to roll it.
Yeah. Let's roll a d20.
Let's see if I remember how to roll a d20. Did I do it? I rolled it really low. Is that good?
It's just a number on a table. She tells you. She says, most folk think of the races of villainy as being united against us. That they, the orcs and goblins and kobolds all live together in a united front against the powers of good. But it's not true. That evil dismantles itself from within, and that she's heard that there's dissent, and that her tactical advice to you would be, if you could turn these tribes of fools against each other, you might have a chance to survive.
And Ingrid like grins at this advice and says, yes, we have witnessed some of this infighting firsthand. In fact, perhaps stirred some of it up ourselves.
She says, good, then you're a step ahead of things. I've got a good feeling about you. She like shakes your hand as you part ways to go back to like drill her men some more.
Yep.
All right, you want to go visit the chapel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the whole party thing. I don't think we're welcome to just linger around.
I mean, you can have access. You can hang out, but
we might as well just go to.
Yeah, you may not want to
get some blessings.
Okay.
Get blessed. Let's get
like,
blessed.
is it? Would she be up for like some of our fighters training with her, like soldiers?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That seems like something that might be worth downtime. I mean, I don't know if it would do any benefit, but it would be cool.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can just do basically whatever you want while you're here, and that's the kind of thing that she'd probably be okay with.
Yeah, it won't. I don't know that it will confer any mechanical.
No, it definitely won't.
Because I don't believe that this game has that going on.
I mean, I could, but it's just too small and too irrelevant a thing. Like, yeah. I spent a day running around.
Yeah, we spent a month.
Yeah.
Doing burpees exclusively. That's all we did. I don't know why. We really have good cardiovascular health in our buff, I guess, but not better at fighting. Yeah, I figure we might as well all go to see the curate, because if there's blessings to be given,
yeah,
you can only bless people who are there, I assume. I don't really know how this whole thing works.
Okay. So the curate...
Dissent from Dave, my other party member. I'm walking the whole party back on out.
All right, so you go to the chapel. The chapel, like everything else here, is like fairly like built of stout stone and wood. Not ostentatious. It's not like a golden walled palace or anything. Just a sloping roof. There's a big stone chimney, smoke emerging out into the cold sky. There is, however, on one side, like there's a stained glass window, crudely done, but stained glass nonetheless, of like an angel holding aloft a shining silver gauntlet. And inside, the chapel is lit by candles. The smell of incense is heavy in the air, and light from the winter sun, or I guess the autumn sun, shines down through the stained glass and casts a big pool of sparkling colored light on the floor. From here you can see at the far end there's a great wooden pulpit behind which two heavy blue like curtains hang. There's an area for a choir to stand behind the pulpit, and then there are pews that run all the way up. There's a door behind the pulpit that might lead into like the curate's office or something.
Okay.
And there are, when you walk in, you're noticed by 3 acolytes dressed in long black monk's robes with like ropes for belts. There's 2 men and a woman, and they're just like attending things. The man is like one of the men is sweeping, and the woman is like placing candles in like a candelabra, and the man is lighting them for the day's like service.
Okay. I mean, do they stop doing what they're doing when we like
No.
walk on in? Okay, so Chunk's gonna call out to one of them and ask for Yorick, I guess. Yeah, so it's kind of like, well met, friends. We seek an audience with Yorick, the curate.
The nearest.
And like slowly shift the way he's standing so that the like
sparkle.
It's like there's sparkle, but there's also like the badge or whatever that we.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
From, and it's all like, just like, hey, though, I'm just gonna kind of shift this towards you, so it's obvious.
Yeah. Check this thing out.
No big, but I got the sign.
Yeah, because at first the sweeping guy's annoyed. He's just like, ugh. And then he sees and he's like, ooh. Yes, I'll get him. And he goes back behind the pulpit and knocks on the door, and you can hear him kind of whispering. And then after a minute, a stout man emerges from the back of the church. And this guy's like, pushing 7 feet tall. You can see that at one time he was like muscled and heavy, but it's all kind of, he's sort of gone soft over the years. He's in his early 60s. He's wearing long, voluminous black robes, and he's got a big silver chain around his neck. He emerges, and you can see that he's got a staff, like a big stout, like ironwood staff, and at the top of it, there's this like stylized like serpent curled around an orb, burying its fangs in the orb. He comes out and he sees you. And walks over, and the chapel is like eerily quiet except for the like bang of his staff on the ground as he walks towards you.
Yeah.
He's got like a big gray beard, and you can see he's like gone bald, but then also shaved off whatever other hair he has.
Yeah. So he's like 4 feet taller than Chunk.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 4 feet taller than Chunk.
Yeah, definitely.
And like a foot taller than Ingrid.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
So he's just walking towards us? Does he
yeah.
Just generally?
No, I mean, he's a big scary guy. He's also got, you notice as he gets closer, he's got on his left hand, he's got a huge like gold ring with a sapphire cut in the shape of a shield on it. Again, Shadow, both the staff and the ring are, if not magical, like insanely valuable. And he walks up and kind of like stomps the staff and like looks down at Chunk. He's at a respectable distance, so he's not like looming over you.
He's not like,
yeah, he like looks down. And he's like, another band of adventurers. He shakes his head. Looking to pay for your funerals in advance?
Chunk laughs. Looking to put off our funerals for a while longer if we can.
Well, you've come to the wrong part of the country then. These lands are dangerous.
But what is life if not in the pursuit of danger?
Make your reaction roll.
Could I possibly confer like a bonus by Rolf trying to get the people behind to do the proper religious like platitude stuff, like whether it's like bowing in a certain way?
Yeah,
like,
totally. Yeah. Take a plus.
Completely ignorant of all that. Just
yeah, like you're being.
I'm gonna
the
go
face
with my chaotic jolliness.
Yeah,
like,
take a plus one.
His holy.
Take a plus one. Okay.
Yeah, take a plus one.
So it's just a reaction roll and come on, and a plus one. No, not bad.
Oh,
All right. So he just kind of he's
I have
still
no,
like
I
he's
mean, I
still
have
neutral.
no idea what anything is good or bad. So
It's fine. So he's still neutral, and he
can
kind of
I
like
want it to be high?
yes. And for reaction
Okay.
rolls, a 12 is like instant friendship.
Okay, great.
So he kind of he's like not sneers, but he just kind of like looks at you and shakes his head, and he's like, "I've seen so many of your kind come and go. You all begin to look the same to me. Corpses in waiting." And he like sighs, and he's like, "If you've come to make an offering," he gestures that there's a big locked wooden box. "You can put your coin there. I can't speak for the likelihood of your soul to make it to heaven, but it can hurt."
And Chunk laughs again, like talking about death is just like, yes, of course we'll all die. Like this is a great conversational topic for Chunk. Yeah, and so he's like, ah, yes. Time, we all have a time, and sometimes it comes to an end, closer and sooner than we would like. But we've heard tell from Ludmilla this morning, who was so gracious as to show us the grounds, that
when you say that, he laughs. He's like, "Ah, so you survived the conversation with Ludmilla then? The captain is a salty wench. Maybe you're tougher than I thought."
And Chunk grins, although mostly just his beard like moves this way and bristles in a different direction. The bristle directions of his beard shift and change with his various grins. So yeah, Chunk grins widely and says, "Yes, she's a powerful woman." That's all he just.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. So
that's
he
true.
he starts to get impatient then, and he's like, "If you come to make an offering, please do so. I am very busy." And like starts to turn to like.
And Ingrid pipes up from like just behind. I mean, way closer to his eye level. And is like, please forgive our interruption to your day. We were told that perhaps you might consider blessing our party for our work out in the wilderness, in the wilds.
He says, "Well, you have the Castellan seal, so that's half of what I need. It's 100 pieces of gold each, and I will bless you with the powers of my god."
And Ingrid nods, of course.
Okay.
So
We have that money.
yeah, like Rolf looks up and he says, "I am also a follower of the Pantheon of Law, and I was wondering, with this blessing, I'm familiar with the casting, but I've not managed to attain the skill to do it myself yet. Would it not deteriorate before we reach the caves again?"
So yeah, it's not the bless spell, because the bless spell is a short concentrated burst. This blessing will last you 3 days and 3 nights, and as long as you are under the blessing, you'll have a +1 to all of your attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty badass blessing. That's why it costs 100 gold apiece.
Yeah, and I guess like as a follow up to that, you say we in the caves found, and he'll like produce the scroll of cure wounds.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware that we could like inscribe the holy rites required to invoke a spell, even were we not powerful enough to cast it on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Do you perhaps know of any more scriptures like this?
He takes it from you to look at it, and he nods. He's like, "A simple enough thing to do. With an appropriate donation, I might find the time to scribe a scroll like this for you."
And Ingrid speaks up. It like just what sort of donation might feel appropriate for such a thing? I'm ignorant of
the curate
of the inner workings of law.
The curate's gonna need to think about it, because the curate doesn't know.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
fair. I mean, I don't think that.
which is to say that I'm not sure. Like, there's no like clear indicator, so
Yeah.
I'll just need to figure out what his costs are, and what he'll be able to scribe for you. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely he could.
And similarly, like I guess was the indication that there wasn't like a wizard version, like they were the spiritual and magical person for the entire keep.
Oh yeah, there's no wizards around here.
Okay,
There's no
so
wizards at
spend
all.
money on
Just don't
spells.
Magic users are
Like that
creepy.
sense. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I
love
mean,
to
we've,
get
we've met
a
two, and
whole
so far,
person,
yes,
because
yes.
that just saved our lives super
Totally.
easily.
Yeah.
And if that's 1,000 gold, then money well spent.
So I guess the question is, like, I mean, maybe wait before you spend a bunch of the money out of the supply. But now you know that for 100 gold you can get a 3-day blessing for each character.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to do, just being aware that we're coming up on the end of the session, I want to can we roll your character, your new character, Hillary?
Oh yeah.
Shall we
So
summon forth?
Yeah, everyone's died once now. It's pretty good.
Has everybody died once?
Yeah.
No.
No, John hasn't died yet. Well, John was responsible for his henchman dying.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was
Where's my button for I found it.
So you died.
I would like.
Wow,
All right. So we got high con, decent dex, pretty good strength and int.
Terrible whiz, but not.
Yeah,
as
really
terrible
unwise, which explains why you're an adventurer. But
Not as terrible as Ingrid's dex, though. Still, so.
that's not bad. It's not
Is
bad.
that viable for another halfling?
Oh, and a fair amount of coin. That
Strength
actually might be enough for
and-
another half.
strength and dex. Yeah, it's
Strength
not
and
enough. It's not enough for a halfling. Like, it's a fighter with a 10% bonus to experience, or it's a
Yeah.
halfling without.
Yeah.
Or let me double check with the halfling,
Would
because
be
it might
probably
be
better.
it might be or. Let me look.
I think it definitely is both, because they only have nothing or 10% with both, whereas the single class things are like
Yeah,
12 to
if you did,
12 to
like,
15
what,
minutes,
Strength
plus
and dex
5%.
for halflings.
A halfling must have a minimum of 9 in dex and 9 in constitution.
Okay, which this character does.
Yeah. A halfling, here we go. A halfling whose strength or dexterity is 13 or greater will get 5% bonus. Halfling with both is 10%.
Okay.
So this, yeah, I mean, this would make a good halfling. Let's make a 5%
So
bonus.
yeah, I won't get both because I don't have both 13 or higher.
Correct.
I was like, oh, I should check what the other sheet was, and I was like, oh, I ripped it up and chewed it. Whoops. Yeah, so I feel like maybe a halfling, because otherwise, I mean, we don't have a halfling in the party right now.
Correct.
And what else would this person be good at?
I mean,
Like-
I think that's probably the best bet.
Yeah. Okay. So
Nice. Gristle's brother or sister, perhaps.
yeah, maybe another one,
Thistle.
and
Whistle.
another turnip's worth. Turnip's worth.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thistle turnips worth. Yeah.
So
Or it could be one of the ones that came back from the cave. That'd be quite cool as well.
Yeah, if you feel like
Like they all died except one.
it's just only Gringo shows up, and I'm like, all right.
yeah, if you want their names, let me find the list of survivors. Let's see, where did I keep my list at here?
If they survived, they've certainly proved themselves. We'd pick them up pretty easy.
The remaining halflings that were last time you saw them in this party still were Gringo, Bongo, Pud, Honey, and Lily.
Pud is a pretty good name.
Pud. What up, Pud?
And Honey was the one who was like, I could take on an orc, whatever.
Yeah, Honey was the
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Oh,
she was the tough one.
No, I mean, but they're all off in the caves. I can't be one of them.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got some downtime. Maybe they come back.
Well, I don't know.
It's just a thought. It might be.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm definitely a halfling though.
Okay. Well, let's roll the other things that are random then. Let's roll your hit points.
Yeah.
So first level, you should be able to just if you plug in what your class is and stuff on your sheet, it'll
Yeah.
auto calculate your con and stuff. for you.
Can I create a new character sheet, or do you need?
Oh
to?
yeah, I need to give you a new one. So let's do that. Did you decide on a name?
I'm gonna go with Thistle Turnipsworth.
Okay. Turnipsworth. Yeah. All right, Thistle. So belongs to as a sparrow. Save changes. You should be able to see Thistle now.
Where are you? There you go. There's Thistle.
Yep.
Right now I can only see bio and info.
You should be able to edit. Oh, because I put myself, because I'm a big dummy, because we both have the at the beginning, so I picked the wrong thing. Okay, there you go.
Okay, character sheet. So I need to put in the stuff.
Yep.
Back over, different.
So for 15 con, you get +1 to your hit points.
Wisdom of 5. It's a great reason to continue being
Just
an
get hit by
adventurer.
magic. Do you want to roll your hit points?
And how do I do that? I just need to click a thing.
Just click, just click the hit die on Thistle's character sheet. It's already all calculated out for you.
Oh, great.
So Thistle has 7 hit points.
Yeah.
Bam, that's the best you could have done. I feel good about Thistle. I feel like Thistle's got a chance.
Thistle's almost as tough as Rolf.
Okay.
This is stuff as Ingrid.
And does Thistle have any intelligence, any bonus languages? You need a no, you don't have 13
no,
intelligence,
at
right?
10, so.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Which
cool.
is fine. Halfling.
So you want to
I
buy...
mean, halflings have a whole bunch of languages anyway.
Yeah, you'll get all your halfling stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll just want to buy Thistle plate mail, a shield, and a sword,
Yeah, we
and then
wouldn't
see
have
what's
we
left.
wouldn't have like dragged all that back because
No,
there's no reason to do that.
that's true.
So how much will that all cost? Now I suddenly need so many.
It'll be less than
I need
the coins
so
amount.
many game handouts right now.
Yeah, I will. I'll go grab a
Game handout.
grab a
no,
miniature
that's cool.
for Thistle.
Come on.
I saw some badass halflings. Let's see what we can find here.
Yeah. So yeah, Thistle's like pretty dark skinned, same as Gristle, and yeah, also wears their hair like pretty they look really. They may actually be twins.
Okay, let's just use the same mini then.
It's just the same one. It's it's hard to tell if they're twins or if anyone who's not a halfling can't tell halflings apart.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Like
Let's look
tightly
through
cornrowed hair, dark, fairly dark skin, and then just gruff, slightly less gruff than Gristle.
now. Okay.
Slightly.
Just a little more prickly.
Well, okay. What was Gristle's charisma was like 7. Thistle's charisma is 13, so that's considerably.
Oh yeah, there you go, Thistle.
Yeah.
Almost 2 charismas.
Yeah, it's
Right.
considerably different. So
And
this is the more thoughtful of the 2 twins. Not wise, but thoughtful. In some ways,
awesome.
friendly. What else do I need to roll right now?
Nothing. That's it for random stuff
just need
for
to,
your character. Yeah.
Fill in a bunch of
Sure.
garbage.
Yeah, and let's do that between. We'll do that between.
Yeah, I don't think
sessions.
that's
I think that's probably all we need to do for today. Like we got all the. You came back. You got a shit ton of experience. Neither of John's characters nor Andrew's character died. You're all very good custodians of their characters.
And I did the best I could for Gristle, but she died a noble death.
And the thing that's great here is that you literally cleared out part of a cave of chaos.
Yeah, we did it.
Look at
There's
you went in. Look at this. You cleared like 2.
We got sweet badges now.
You did like 3 whole rooms.
Yeah.
Good work. And only one of you died. Awesome.
And we somehow managed all of those characters and took 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see your face, so it's very difficult to tell whether it's you did 3 whole things.
It's a little both. It's
so
both.
Great. I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
It's GM praise. It's like you did well. You didn't all die. You could have done better. But bamboozling the halflings. So okay, you'll see the aftermath later. But sending the halflings into that hallway was a very smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very smart. Cool.
I was like, great. You want to go clear that out for us? Sounds good. We'll come back later.
Well,
you can just trigger all the traps.
Yeah.
You can fight the
Stupid
foes that
halflings.
you wanna fight.
This is what I like about. So I rolled those halflings randomly, right? Like you got a random encounter, and it was like 7 halflings, and I was like, why the fuck would there be 7 halflings in this cave? And I was like, okay, they're just like a band of dumb adventurer types. So there we go. Well.
Yep.
Thank you for taking on the challenge of playing the entire party, just the 2 of you. It's really cool. It means we got to have an episode and play the game.
It was
so
fun.
that means a
Well,
lot.
It was fun and also very successful.
Yeah, you did very
Also,
well.
got to like do different people's voices. I got to do a dwarf laugh. It's not quite the same as John's, but I work on it. I also think it's really funny the like just rolling for who gets whose character.
Yeah, I like that too.
So your friends aren't here. Who you playing today?
Yeah, into it.
Pass the dice.
Good work, everybody. Cool. So our shout outs will be short outs today. Do you wanna start, Dave? Anywhere that people on the internet can track you down if they want to congratulate you for your shadowing and your clericing today?
Ooh, yeah, I guess they could do that.
There's magic and elf using.
I sort of played Hawthorne wrong. I realized like partway into that fight when I was missing is like, oh, they have a +2 to Dex and I'm having them in melee. That's probably not fair.
Well,
They did tie up 2 mobs for like the entire fight.
It's true. That low AC is really good.
Yeah. But anyways, tell us about yourself on the internet.
Okay.
And also about you as a role player.
Yeah. So I'm at Dave the Human on Twitter.
With underscores between the words.
What's the? I turned into a robot. Sorry. Something. What was I saying? Yeah, Orath on the on Adam's stuff and the Roll20 stuff, modding stuff. I did the subreddit and the Steam group and stuff like that. Even though I don't know what to do with the Steam group except for put up notifications of there being streams.
It works.
It does work. I don't know. I'm terrible at these. I don't do enough.
That's
We'll
okay.
write you a little spiel and you can just read it off a piece of paper next time. We'll do it for you.
Look forward to the first draft of my first like proper game designy thing, which is a it's taking the hobo out of D&D murder hoboing.
Just straight up murder?
Just murdering?
Yeah. Murdering with a home base. It's about adventurers guilds. So.
Oh,
yeah,
cool. That's
like
exciting.
a backdoor spider, and you just lure people in and then murder them.
I like that. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. How about you, Hillary?
I'm Hillary.
I heard that about you.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm on the internet as a sparrow, all one word. You can find me on Twitter as a sparrow. You can probably, if you wanted to, you could probably find me a lot of places. And I tweet a lot. I probably tweet more than everybody else in the show combined.
I don't know.
You started tweeting more.
Yes.
If are we comparing like number of total tweets overall, or are we looking at like tweets per day?
Overall. Overall, I wouldn't.
I think you tweet more often.
On this stream right now, I would still be ahead overall.
Like you tweet to yourself like 6 times in a row.
I know,
so that's like
okay, that's fair. Yeah, you are the.
I know how to use Twitter. Anyways.
Yeah, you are the master.
I'm just saying I'm on Twitter, but also I mostly talk about like feelings in my life and like feminist theory and selfies and pictures of food. So if that's interesting to you, great. And if you follow me and you're like, ugh, this is too much, just unfollow me. It's fine. And I also write a smut blog, which I have a Patreon for, which is linked in my little Hillary thing. And I also write indie board gaming reviews for Shut Up and Sit Down.
Yeah, do both of those things. Shut up, sit down, and then additionally read Hillary's reviews. Your Burning Wheel review is really good. I liked it.
Thanks.
I think it made Luke tear up a little when I read some of it to him. So.
Aw, that's the best thing ever.
Yeah, so.
Tell us about yourself, Adam.
Oh, I will. Hi.
Okay.
I'm Adam. I GM a lot. This week, it looks like we're going to actually get both shows in one week, which I'm really excited about. So tune back in on Friday at 5 o'clock Pacific for The Burning Wheel, which is like this in some ways and very different in other ways.
Yeah.
It's been cliffhangered for several weeks, so I'm really excited to get back to that. I'm available on the Twitters, at Skinny Ghost. If you have questions about GMing, about the show, about Roll20, any of that stuff, you can hit me up there. For more specifically this episode, if you want to ask questions, you can go over to the Roll20 subreddit, where I will put up a link to a Q&A there. Also, if you want to ask questions of the players, and Reddit is your weapon of choice, you can just get their attention there, and I'll point them that way so they can take a look. I know Andrew doesn't really spend a lot of time on Reddit, but he's seen those comments too. So check that out. As always, the thing that I want to leave you with is that if you think you could do this better than us, and I think you probably could, go ahead.
We're as good, at least.
Yeah, at least as good. Go sign up for a Roll20 account. We have a new tutorial, so it makes Roll20 even easier to learn if you're doing it for the first time. I've said this before, and I will continue to say, my goal in life is to create more GMs. That's why I do this. It's not as hard as it looks, or as hard as people will make you think it is. So make an account, find some people, get your friends, make some new ones, play some Dungeons & Dragons or whatever game you like. And we will see you, if not Friday, next week for more Dungeons & Dragons adventures.
Yeah!
Thank you so much for coming and playing, everybody. We will see you next time. Bye.